You are now tuned into Somewhere in the Middle with Sunni and Mo. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, Don on the beat.
Hey, I got so many ops.
Everywhere I go, I
got so many ops. I know they plotting against me. I know it's hate, they wanna kill me, but please don't tempt me, cause I got so many Glocks. Hey, ain't none of them empty. Jesus said they would hate me too. That's how I know it's envy. I got so many ops.
We about to have so many ops.
It's about to be. Oh,
against me.
we already got ops. Let me tell you.
I feel like I need to put that in the background. What do you think? We need to have some Bryson, so many ops in the background.
Seriously, the amount of nasty messages that I have been getting today. You're a liberal, you're a traitor, you don't believe in the movement, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, dang, y'all, like we're trying to come here to like show you some stuff that you wouldn't otherwise know. Sunni and I took time out of our lives to read this document.
Yeah, lives, literally days, sleepless nights, up late, reading this.
Yep.
What most people don't get is we literally sat and tried to disprove a lot of things that were in here because most of us all believed. And just so you know, we have the document up in the background.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are certain words that we won't be using tonight. So we're not using them. And we ask that you don't use them in the chat.
Because it'll get us taken down.
Exactly. The algorithm is here. It's not going anywhere. So please refuse from saying the E word. Please, not refuse. Please contain yourself from saying the E word in the chat. We're not going to say the E word. Please do not say the F word in the chat.
And we're not talking about the F-U-C-K word. We're talking about the F word that goes along with the E word.
There you go. Okay. And Chad, there's nothing liberal about me. But you know what? It seems that conservatives don't know what objectivity means. I am objective, meaning I'm indifferent to either way, either side, because they don't have my best interest at heart. So why should I give a crap about what they're going through? No, I can report on it and give an accurate depiction of what's happening, because a lot of people are emotionally driven on this subject. And I'm not even faulting you for being emotionally driven. This is a crazy part about it.
Yeah.
We all were there. I was talking to Mo. I went through my entire page and I'm like, dang.
We all bought into it.
I bought into this too.
Yeah. And I also want to clarify this. This is extremely sad. Like, we don't take joy in this at all, because this is extremely sad. It is extremely sad that a news network that has been at the number one spot because of conservatives, because of Republicans, because of patriots and people that believed in the truth, you guys are going to see in this document, only care about ratings. And I'm not saying, okay, that there wasn't funny business in 2020. Absolutely. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, me personally, just like everybody else, we were waiting on the proof. And that never materialized. Okay. So you guys all have to ask yourselves, honestly, did it really materialize? And if you think it did, how come nothing has happened as a result? Right? You also have to think, why has this news network all of a sudden, if you guys really think about it, they have ceased speaking about this. They have ceased claiming that there was any funny business going on. And now we know why. Because they got served with this $1.6 billion lawsuit for defamation. And we're going to explain why it's defamation if you don't know. But yeah, I mean, I was extremely sad reading this. And I remember calling Sunni because she was a little bit ahead of me on the documents. And I was just like, this can't be what we're reading. Like, this can't be.
It can't be.
We didn't want to believe that. This is not what we want to report on.
No. And it's kind of sad that I'm going to get on my soapbox for a minute. It's really sad that we can spend and dedicate years of our lives to research, to read, right? To look at things and try to be as objective as possible, to give you an accurate depiction of what's going on. It sucks when people just completely remove that from your character as if it disappeared, depending on who you are supporting and who you're going against. Like people question my integrity. People question, well, you're a liberal. And I'm like, well, I wasn't liberal when I decided to trash Democrats. I wasn't liberal when I decided to trash blacks. I wasn't liberal when I was doing any of the things that you all agree with, but I became liberal when I started to think for myself. It's a really wild, kind of weird phenomenon to go through when you are an influencer and you have people following you. They love you and then they hate you the next moment just for simply giving a criticism.
Yeah.
This is wild.
Yeah. And honestly, guys, we were just saying this today, and we're gonna not delay any further. But while we finish up our thoughts on this, please make sure you to hit that like button. It is crucial that you guys hit this like button so that this live gets seen and is favorable to the algorithm. Share it with anybody who you think would be interested in this, because we're going to be showing proof. But Suni knows how this goes. I always forget what I'm going to freaking say. I think I have some type of brain injury, honestly. Yeah, I mean, it really is. I don't know. I just think that it's sad and it's almost miraculous to me that for almost 3 years now, people have been hanging on to Trump and the Patriots and the plan, and it's all coming together and this, that, and the other. Be real with yourself. Nothing has come together. Our country is in the worst shape it has ever been. We have a president that is not only falling downstairs, but now he's falling upstairs. Okay. We have a several states now that are dealing with these crazy chemical tragedies, and he goes out of the country to go visit his pimp in Ukraine. And you guys don't want to believe what we have to say. And I know that this is really hard, but if people do not wake up and start to question everything, because isn't that what Trump taught us? To question everything. This is what he stood on. In fact, he himself called Fox News fake news media, right?
Yep.
You know, so we have to question everything. And we really thought it was important to take you guys through the review of how we looked at this document, that we don't just look at headlines. Because I'll be honest with you, if you go to Mike Lindell's page, if you go to Carrie Lake's page, if you go to other people's pages, they're all pushing this narrative that Dominion is the one in trouble because Fox has now filed a counter against this suit, stating that they have an employee or employees with Dominion that have stated there were bugs in the system. Okay. If you read this, none of that actually matters, because this is not about the process of the voting itself. Okay. Right. This is Fox's intent to defame based on the fact, and you're going to see the messages, that they themselves didn't believe the narrative they were pushing to all of us.
Absolutely.
So
this is something that we all accuse CNN of. I've accused CNN of it. CNN of this very same thing that we see Fox News do. But we have this, it's called cognitive dissonance. We have this really, really bad case of cognitive dissonance when it comes to talking about anything or anything going wrong on this side. You can't criticize Trump, because if you do that, then you're anti-Trump. Right. You can't criticize the GOP, because if you do that, then you're anti-conservative principles and values. You don't like the GOP. You can't talk about Republicans. You can't talk about DeSantis. You're turning the right into the left, because last time I checked, we had something called the First Amendment. Now, Fox News is trying to use the argument of First Amendment in their counter. They have the freedom of speech to say whatever they want. You're absolutely right, Fox News. But what Mo and I don't get to do, and all these other people don't get to do, is to spread a false narrative and then not even allow the person to come on the platform to speak for themselves. Because at that point, whether I believe it or not, I'm showcasing it on my platform to hundreds of people. And from those hundreds of people watching, a opinion or a thought is formulated. So how would you guys feel if I just came up here, spat out a bunch of jargon, right? Just talk, right? And then you start to believe everything that I say. And then you find out, well, she didn't even believe any of it at all. How would you feel?
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Take the sit there and think about that. How would you feel about me? How would you look at me going forward?
Right. And honestly, guys, the First Amendment as it applies to you and me, like the regular people, is a little bit different as to how it applies to like journalists. Okay, so journalists actually, the First Amendment applies to them. They get to report on things,
Yes.
but you notice that when you watch things like The View or you watch Fox or you watch CNN, they have to use the word allegedly. We also have to use the word allegedly because it keeps
Yep.
them from being sued, right? Because they can't state something as fact. They also have an obligation to present the other side of the story. Some of you guys might say, well, CNN doesn't do that. They don't present the other side of the story. I actually went on this particular issue and they had Sidney Powell herself on there several times giving her side of the story. And Sidney Powell actually walked off the show when she was questioned for the evidence. Okay. Where Fox went wrong is Fox didn't do that. Fox had their experts, their people on to give their, I don't even want to say opinion. They were stating it as if they were fact, as if it was fact. They kept stating over and over and over again that they had proof. The proof never materialized. In fact, Tucker Carlson asked outright on a show and said, "Where's the proof?"
Mhm.
And she didn't respond. They texted her several times. That is all laid out in this document. And she said, "I'm
Yep.
too busy right now building a case. I don't have time for this." So that's where the First Amendment is different for the media because they do have to present both sides of the story, regardless of whether they want to or not, and it's for their protection.
Right.
So,
and there's also a Supreme Court case if you guys want to go look that up. It's Times News versus Sullivan. This is actually in favor of Fox News for all the people who are like, yeah, you're pro CNN. No. I'm arguing their merit for them. You absolutely have the freedom of speech to bring whoever you want on the show for them to say whatever. Nobody's opposed to that.
yeah.
But what I am opposed to is an entire nation feeling like something was disenfranchised when really, I don't even know if I can say what they actually did. Can we say that word on here?
Who actually did what Fox? What Fox did?
Nah, Democrats and Republicans during the
NB during the E.
M.
Oh,
MB.
MB. Oh,
Mail.
Just say mail-ins.
Mail-ins.
Mm-hmm.
Mail-ins is what took this from Trump. Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Mm-hmm.
Mail-ins is what took this from Trump.
So SUNY is admitting that there was funny business.
Because there was. Everyone knows there was. I covered this. Everyone watched me cover. You guys watched me cover the E word. Mail-ins. Okay? That took the election. So when I said, when we were up here and we're saying, look, Fox News, you are culpable. Because they absolutely are.
Mm-hmm.
They are.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the people popping up in the chat. While you're here, put where you're from. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Share this.
That's right. 2,000.
There you go. 2,000 mules.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They've been telling us what we already know in real time, but doing absolutely nothing about it. This
and
is
they
why
showed
I like
proof.
doing shows like this. And they showed
proof.
And what did the RNC do?
Wait a minute. What did Fox do? Fox didn't even give 2,000 mules the time of day.
Oh,
surprise. Now we know why. It was in direct opposition of the narrative they wanted to push.
Ratings.
Yep.
Sorry. Ratings. I'm going to read while you pull up some of the things that we might need moving forward. I want to read to you guys a portion of the preliminary statement that came from Fox. All right. I'm not going to read all this, but I want you in the chat while I'm reading this to drop your reactions.
Yep.
Okay. Drop your reactions. In the wake of the 2020 presidential, one thing was undeniably newsworthy. Now you're going to hear me say that word about 30 times, probably 2,000 more times, because this is a 400-page document. Mm-hmm. You're going to hear us say that word over and over. Whether then President Trump's unconventional efforts to challenge the E word is an effort to stay in office would succeed, right? So they're saying that this was newsworthy and they needed to capture the fact that Trump was trying to stay in office, okay? Because it's newsworthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's newsworthy, guys. After Fox News called Arizona, the media declared the E word for President Biden. Then Trump called foul and promised that he and his legal team would back the widespread claims of VF with litigation around the country, which they did promptly. Amongst other things, the president and his legal team alleged that voting technology companies, including Dominion, were implicated in vote manipulation. Now, I'm going to stop right there. How many times have I said newsworthy?
A lot.
Let's go back to Mo's original question. Was there ever any proof materialized? Sidney Powell, Lynn Wood, Mike Lindell. Was there
They're
ever
all
any
named.
proof?
They're all named in this suit, by the way.
Was there proof? I mean, the chat, light up. Was there ever proof?
So people, I'm sure, are going to say the Cyber Symposium. Well, the Cyber Symposium was quite interesting if you watched it, which I did. I watched every single day of it. And they offered up I think it was like $10,000, okay, for like computer sleuths to come in and try to debunk what they were claiming. And several did. And we never heard anything about it on mainstream media, nor did we hear from Mike Lindell, okay? But the other interesting thing, if you watched it, was that when they went through and recalculated the votes, okay, and showed what they would have been in each state, some of those numbers were actually in favor, like where it showed that Trump actually won, it actually made Biden in favor when they went through and supposedly fixed it, right? So that was their big argument. They were like, see, look, this is fair because it's not all, shifting for Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
So really that wasn't proof. To me, that wasn't proof. And if it was proof, why is nothing happening? Why wouldn't that have changed the course of things? It didn't. It didn't change anything. And we never heard anything after that because they kept us busy with diseases and police shootings and, the president falling off his bike, and we're all guilty. Me and Sonia are guilty of that too, right?
Yes.
Because we should have really kept our eye on the prize. But, it became difficult to talk about this subject. It became very difficult to talk about this subject and keep our platforms going.
Yes.
So we really are taking a risk right now.
We are. My entire platform was ruined because of Trump's January 6th announcement. I literally lost everything. I was what do you call it? I was demonetized.
Yep.
4 times after that. And they have not let me get my channel back. The algorithm absolutely destroys me. I can't do anything anymore. Nothing. And this is personal for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest. This is personal for me. A lot of us lost everything we worked so freaking hard for.
Yeah.
Because you trust these news organizations to tell you the truth about what's going on. And here we are spouting blabber because Sidney Powell, Rudy Giuliani, okay, all these old crackpots. I was about to say something else. All these old crackpots in Washington with nothing to do. Nothing to do. I personally believe this came from a goddamn 4chan post. Because when you ask Sidney Powell, matter of fact, we're going to play the clip. When Sidney Powell was asked when she was going to produce the truth, do you all remember when you decided to flip the script on Tucker Carlson? Because I do.
Mm-hmm.
I remember defending Tucker.
Yep.
I can pull that up as well, but let me get this video.
Yep.
I don't understand why we get attacked for being like, whoa, okay, what's going on here? You said it was this and now it's not that. Do you want accurate reporting or do you want to be sold a beautiful lie?
Yeah.
Which
and
one?
Honestly, if we want accurate reporting, which I'm sure all of us do, we have to show these news networks that we are not idiots. We need to start speaking out about this. We need to start demanding. I'll tell you what, it's my guess that Fox is going to have to settle on this lawsuit because this goes to trial in April. So they have until then. But like there's no, I mean, I wish we could read all 400 pages to you guys.
Yeah.
Because Dominion in their discovery phase really did their homework. And you're also going to see, I don't know if we can pull, well, it's mentioned several times, but we'll show in the exhibit what the letter was. They sent over 3,000 emails to Fox News telling them, hey, you guys are painting us in a bad light. Please bring us on your show so we can talk. They were very nice. We'll show the letter. They sent the letters to Maria Bartiromo. They sent it to Tucker Carlson. They sent it to Sean Hannity. Those letters went ignored over and over 3,000 emails. So you can't tell me that Fox was like, well, we didn't know. Like, we thought we were doing this right. No. That's why they're able to go in and sue for defamation and show, because defamation is very, very difficult to prove.
Mm-hmm.
This is how they're going to prove it, because 3,000 plus emails and you kept going and going and going. Then they have text messages between all you guys in your group chat saying, these people are wackadoodles. There was no stolen E. This never happened. Come on. They didn't even believe what they were pushing. You got the clip.
I got the clip. Let me roll the clip. This is Tucker Carlson questioning Sidney Powell.
Invitation to fraud. And he's right. That's why Canada, for example, doesn't do it. All of which brings us to the bombshell at the center of today's press conference. That was delivered by former prosecutor Sidney Powell, who has also served as General Mike Flynn's lawyer. For more than a week, Powell has been all over conservative media with the following story. This election was stolen by a collection of international leftists who manipulated vote tabulating software in order to flip millions of votes from Donald Trump to Joe Biden. The other day on television, Powell said of Trump that when the fraud is finally uncovered, quote, I think we'll find he had at least 80 million votes. In other words, rigged software stole about 7 million votes in this election. Here's some of what Powell said today about the software.
It'll start all the way over.
One of its most characteristic features is its ability to flip votes.
Sorry, it's a Fox.
I know.
It's a Fox clip.
Okay.
Oh well. What we're taking one for the team, guys. Who cares? Everything we do gets demonetized. Why not? Let's just stay consistent. We're about consistency here.
All right. It's 4 minutes long. I just wanted people to see Tucker Carlson is questioning Sidney Powell at this point, and this is all within the documents. Do you have one slide to pull up to show the text messages? Because I know people are probably like, where is that?
Oh, you know what? I have to like resend it. Hold on 1 second. Let me just refresh.
One big psyop.
If you want to keep playing that video, you might as well, because we're already digging for it.
All right, y'all. I'm going to play the full video.
Invitation to fraud. And he's right. That's why Canada, for example, doesn't do it. All of which brings us to the bombshell at the center of today's press conference. That was delivered by former prosecutor Sidney Powell, who has also served as General Mike Flynn's lawyer. For more than a week, Powell has been all over conservative media with the following story. This election was stolen by a collection of international leftists who manipulated vote tabulating software in order to flip millions of votes from Donald Trump to Joe Biden. The other day on television, Powell said of Trump that when the fraud is finally uncovered, quote, I think we'll find he had at least 80 million votes. In other words, rigged software stole about 7 million votes in this election. Here's some of what Powell said today about the software.
One of its most characteristic features is its ability to flip votes. It can set and run an algorithm that probably ran all over the country to take a certain percentage of votes from President Trump and flip them to President Biden, which we might never have uncovered had the votes for President Trump not been so overwhelming in so many of these states that it broke the algorithm that had been plugged into the system. And that's what caused them to have to shut down in the states they shut down in.
That was a few hours ago, but Sidney Powell has been saying similar things for days. On Sunday night, we texted her after watching one of her segments. What Powell was describing would amount to the single greatest crime in American history. Millions of votes stolen in a day. Democracy destroyed. The end of our centuries-old system of self-government. Not a small thing. Now, to be perfectly clear, we did not dismiss any of it. We don't dismiss anything anymore, particularly when it's related to technology. We've talked to too many Silicon Valley whistleblowers. We've seen too much. After 4 years, this may be the single most open-minded show on television. We literally do UFO segments, not because we're crazy or had even been interested in the subject, but because there is evidence that UFOs are real and everyone lies about it. There's evidence that a lot of things that responsible people used to dismiss out of hand as ridiculous are in fact real. And we don't care who mocks it. The louder the Yale Political Science Department and the staff of the Atlantic magazine scream, "conspiracy theory," the more interested we tend to be. That's usually a sign you're over the target. A lot of people with impressive sounding credentials in this country are frauds. They have no idea what they're doing. They're children posing as authorities, and when they're caught, they lie and then they blame you for it. We see that every day. It's the central theme of this show and will continue to be. So that's a long way of saying we took Sidney Powell seriously. We had no intention of fighting with her. We've always respected her work. We simply wanted to see the details. How could you not want to see them? So we invited Sidney Powell on the show. We would have given her the whole hour. We would have given her the entire week, actually, and listened quietly the whole time at rapt attention. That's a big story. But she never sent us any evidence, despite a lot of requests, polite requests, not a page. When we kept pressing, she got angry and told us to stop contacting her. When we checked with others around the Trump campaign, people in positions of authority, they told us Powell has never given them any evidence either, nor did she provide any today at the press conference. Powell did say that electronic voting is dangerous, and she's right. We're with her there. But she never demonstrated that a single actual vote was moved illegitimately by software from one candidate to another. Not one. So why are we telling you this? We're telling you this because it's true. And in the end, that's all that matters, the truth. It's our only hope. It's our best defense. And it's how we're different from them. We care what's true, and we know you care too. That's why we told you. Maybe Sidney Powell will come forward soon with details on exactly how this happened and precisely who did it. Maybe she will. We are certainly hopeful that she will. What happened with the vote counting this month, and at the polling places in Detroit, and the polling places in Philadelphia, and so much else, actually matters. It matters no matter who you voted for. It matters whether or not you think this election is already over. Until we know the answers to those questions conclusively and we can agree on them, this country will not be united. Greg Gutfeld is the host of The Greg Gutfeld Show, and we're happy to have him on.
Oh, that's wild.
I mean, Tucker Carlson called it out, but he called it out after they brought these people on repeatedly for days, that they ignited something in this country for a total farce.
Yeah.
They provide Sydney, Trump's legal team, they have provided zero proof. Why can't we focus on what actually took this?
Yep. And let me show you guys so you guys can see. So these were and they were listed, like the exhibits were listed in the document, but this was kind of like laid out in the middle of the lawsuit based on who they were talking about in the text messages, right? So what you're seeing here at the top is this is all the correspondence that they pulled on a group text from Tucker, Laura Ingraham, Fox executives on Sidney Powell. Okay. So after she did this interview, this is what their group text said: lying, crazy person, lunatic. She's an unguided missile and dangerous as hell. She's a nutcase. Isn't this the emperor's new clothes idiom in real life? I've got a high tolerance for crazy. This is Tucker talking, but Powell is too much. I hope she is punished. And this was in response to the story with headline Trump's legal team, Sean Sidney Powell as an insider at national security, blah, blah, blah. She's poison. Okay. That's what he said. Laura Ingraham, complete nut. Fox executive Raj Shah. Powell's claims were outlandish. Right? I mean, it goes on, and there's other messages regarding other people like Mike Lindell, and so on. But while you're watching that video and you're reading these group text messages, like look at Tucker's face, and like you're believing that he's just as outraged as we are, right? That he's with her in on this, that he's believing this, that he's like, yes, bring the evidence.
Yep.
And he wasn't the whole time.
But behind closed doors, they were expressing something's not right.
Mhm.
I don't know what it is, but something's not right. Nothing's materializing. What's happening? And
Right.
even when you read it, even when we continue to read their opening statements, they shift all the blame to Trump.
Mhm.
Well, Trump said that something was going to materialize, and you know, we were, some of the reporters and we were, you know, the executives, we were hopeful. A lot of these people were hopeful. Most of them were skeptical, but we were hopeful that something would come of this. You're okay, so you sold America hope?
Right. Yeah.
What?
I know. And when Sidney Powell was asked, gosh, I hope I can find it. When Sidney Powell was asked how she got this information, because she's a lawyer, right? Like,
Right.
how are you involved in Dominion, whatever? Same way we were thinking, how the hell is this guy that sells pillows, right? He schleps pillows and sheets and blankets and slippers. How is he having meetings at the White House, right? Well, apparently, Sidney Powell claimed that she got her information from a source who claimed to be a time traveler and that she was getting this information in her dreams. So she was like foreseeing this. You guys, like I'm not even playing. And while we talk, I'm going to try to find this. Okay.
Right here.
Somebody asked, was Sidney Powell on Trump's legal team? Okay. According to the statements that Trump made, there she goes. Yeah. According to the statements that Trump made, she was never part of Trump's legal team. Sidney Powell went on CNN and told them that Trump had sent her. Actually, she testified at the, I think it was at the J6 committee or something to that effect on one of those various committees, that Trump had written her a letter and asked her to be a part of the legal team. So I don't know what is the truth there, but obviously that's going to come out in the trial.
Well, here
But yeah,
it is.
look at this. Read this shit.
Like time travel in a semi-conscious state, allowing her to see what others don't see and hear what others don't hear. And she received messages from the wind. Bartiromo read this email at the time, and she responded to Powell saying, very important info with Eric Trump. Powell provided Bartiromo with no evidence for her claims about Dominion. So Fox News, this is what I mean. It's frustrating. Fox knows this. As these people are coming on, I'm going to keep emphasizing this so that people can get it through their thick skulls as to why we're doing this show. You repeatedly brought these people on with zero evidence. You know who else called it out? Chief political correspondent Brett Baer. There's no evidence.
Yep.
If we don't have evidence, why are you presenting this to the American people? Matter of fact, why are people so tight-lipped sharing a canned response? Some of the biggest conservatives' names. Their counter is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And you all know it. Their counter is bullshit. I'm so mad.
Yep.
You know, I've
So
been
mad.
mad for 3 days straight reading this. How do you sell people a fucking lie? And they destroy their lives, bro. Careers have been destroyed because we've been pushing something that we think is true. And it turns out the latter, which is what we've known for how long now? How long have we known about harvesting?
Oh, long time.
It's
long
been legal
time.
for how long now?
Right. Yeah.
Come on.
Right. And now, what are all your conservatives saying? We should do that too. You think that's a
because Trump put it on True Social. I'm going to start ballot harvesting. Well, duh. Why weren't we doing that all along? It's legal in some states. This is what I mean, bro. This is ratings for them. But for you, it was real life. This is no different than selling Black people oppression and victim mindsets. You're skewing reality for them.
Yep.
Why?
You know what's sad is now everything we say, everything we claim now, everything we report is going to be met with laughter and more resistance from the left because this makes us look really freaking stupid and crazy. It really does. I mean, it's already happening with these J6 tapes that are being released by Tucker, which, Kevin McCarthy so graciously gave to him and only him. How interesting do you think that is now? The View is sitting there talking about, well, how do we know, Tucker's the only one that has these? How do we know he's even reporting on this accurately? You know why they're saying that? Because Kevin McCarthy didn't give it to any other news outlets. They just gave it to Tucker.
Yep.
Like if we have nothing to hide, I think everybody should have these tapes. Why would you just give it to Tucker? Give them to everybody. If there's nothing to hide and it's going to show that the narrative that they've been trying to push is different, give it to everybody.
It's journalism. Why don't independent journalists have access to this? Why is it always Fox News? Why is it always CNN? We're just as credible as they are. In fact, I feel like we might put in more time than they do because they have a whole team behind them pulling these stories and pulling this information. Bro.
Yeah.
I just showed you several executives within Fox News. I'll pull it up again. Several executives in Fox News openly call Sidney Powell a fucking nut job. I'm sorry to curse. I have been working on it. But this makes me mad. Do you know how many people have bought into Q because of peddling these conspiracy theories? And then finding out that potentially you're getting these revelations from the goddamn wind?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
We know that it was R-worded, but how they are packaging it is a false narrative. It's what we are trying to explain to you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. I really don't want to have to keep repeating the facts of what we already know.
Yeah. And Sharon, I agree with you that you said the election, I'm sorry, I shouldn't even say that word, that it was rigged. I do agree with you. That's what Suni said in the beginning. She said it was done, but it wasn't done like this. It was done by ballot harvesting, and it was done by mail-in ballots. That's what it was done by. There has been plenty of proof to show that.
Absolute proof.
Somebody said, whose side are you on? If everybody in the chat, if you can, now that you've been listening to us talk and we've taken so much heat being called liberals just for having this show, please let Dan M know, whose side are we on? Are we on the liberal side or are we on America's side? Because I'm not on a political side on this. This goes beyond that.
Yeah.
This goes beyond
political gangbanging, bro.
And ask yourself, what other influencer, think about your favorite influencers, who else is talking about this? Nobody. Me and Suni are talking about it. Me and Suni are risking our platforms right now to show you this, to play this stuff for you.
Yep.
I'm sure a lot of people will, but they're probably going to only talk to the people that subscribe and are members on their channel so they can put it behind a paywall, just like Steven Crowder.
We're pro Crowder over here. I don't know. Team Suni, we're pro Crowder, bro.
I mean, but now you know why Steven Crowder had to do that, because you talk about certain things and you're going to risk everything if you don't. We're risking everything. So you guys let him know. We're on the side of the truth. That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For all the people in the chat.
We appreciate that.
I feel y'all and American. Look, this doesn't feel good to come here and show these things. It actually sucks that Dominion has such a concrete case. It sucks. Do you know that I rate conservative media to find something that would prove this theory right? I even went back through last night. I went back through and read through the TechCon, because that's a study that they're using in this counter, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I went back and I looked at the TechCon, and even when they hack these machines, bro, they're not hacking it the way that you depicted it in the election.
Right.
And they're in an environment where they have time to just set things up and take their time. We're not putting them in real world scenarios where supposedly the election system is so secure. I believe it is, actually. There's cameras everywhere. We saw it with Ruby Freeman and her daughter. Clearly, we
Yeah,
caught that on camera.
that's
And
right.
they weren't messing with Dominion. They were grabbing ballots. I want to
From
bring
under
that
a
up
table.
to you. Ballots, okay? Mail-ins,
Yep.
by the way. You're in a controlled environment where you can find loopholes and you can find back doors to their software. Absolutely right. I don't disagree with you there. Well, it's been almost 4 years. This feels like Russiagate to me.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Schiff, what is his name? Trump calls him Pencil Neck. Shifty Schiff.
Oh,
He never
Shifty Schiff.
produced any proof. But he sat on TV for 3 years straight peddling a lie.
Yep.
Now, Fox News, I'll give you credit for putting a stop to it, but you only put a stop to it after you got your ratings out of the entire situation, and then you realize they were never going to provide any proof. And shout out to Tucker Carlson. He came and just said, you know what? She produced no proof. I asked for it. She gave me attitude. This is where we are.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
But you profited off of duping a good portion of this nation into believing a BS conspiracy theory when we could have been talking about mail-ins and fixing that for God knows how long now.
We wasted time. We've wasted a lot of time. Yeah. I want to show you guys the emails that were sent to, or at least some of the emails that were sent to Dominion Voting to Fox News so we can read them to you. Let me see if I can make this bigger.
You might be able to zoom in a bit.
I don't know how to do. Let's see. Listen, Mo is not. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is what the letters looked like that Dominion Voting was sending to Fox News, and this is like 3,000 emails, over 3,000 emails, and they were called "Setting the Record Straight" regarding this right here. Okay, so this was on November 12th, 2020. They all basically look like this because every time something would come out or they would like make a statement about something, they would basically fact check them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And while I'm doing this, Suni, in our WhatsApp, I think I put a screenshot of the page that talks about Tucker wanting Fox to fire the fact checker that was working for them.
In a WhatsApp group chat? I don't see it.
Yeah, in our WhatsApp group chat. I'll pull it up later. But anyways, Tucker was wanting to fire the girl that worked at Fox News who was fact checking everything. And she was like, you guys got this wrong. Like, I'm fact checking some of this stuff and you guys have this wrong. And Tucker was like, we need to fire her. She's ruining profit for the company. Our stock is dropping.
Oh, I have it right here.
Yeah. Okay, so what they were saying here was fact. Dominion has no company ownership relationship with any member of the Pelosi family, the Feinstein family, or the Clinton Global Initiative. Dominion works with all political parties. Our customer base and our government outreach practices reflect this nonpartisan approach. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security has debunked viral claims about the existence of a secret CIA program for voter fraud called Hammer and Scorecard. So that was something that they mentioned. So basically, these were the letters that went unanswered by Fox. So they kept continuing to have people on their show talking about this stuff, right? They also go into their machines being tied to Venezuela. Now, this is, again, a claim that they're making in here, obviously during the trial, they're going to have to show proof, right? There's going to have to be some type of forensic investigation into their machine to really determine that. But this guy has said in this document, the CEO of Dominion has said in the document, he has said in an interview with 60 Minutes that he vehemently denies any connection to Venezuela or Hugo Chavez. So I don't know.
Here's my question, right? If this lawsuit was towards CNN, do you think anybody would be doubting any claims in this document?
That's a good question.
I want to know. And I'll hold myself accountable. I would probably believe every single thing in the document because I don't like CNN. CNN is known for ratings. They're known for fluffing stories and selling BS. They've gotten lawsuits. How many times now? A young guy just won
Yeah.
Didn't they have to pay Kyle Rittenhouse as well?
Kyle Rittenhouse, and then Nick Sandman was the other one.
Hey,
They
so
basically own
yes,
CNN.
I will openly say if I saw this in regards to CNN, I would be the first person to be like, bro, did you CNN? Oh my God, did you see these statements? But when it comes to when we're talking about our side or what we deem our side, then there's this blinder that goes up.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want to read it. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to read it. Fox is the best thing. No, it's not. Fox is mainstream media and they like ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're
Mm-hmm.
no different than any other news organization out there. They want their ratings.
Yeah.
It's said in this document multiple times, newsworthy.
I want you to pull up the screenshot that you have. But and I'll say this will give you a little food for thought. And I said this to Suni earlier, but I know we go back and forth on Trump. This is my thoughts. Suni can chime in on it. But we go back and forth on Trump. We've said some stuff, we've criticized him, especially when it comes to his support of the oh so popular jibbity jab that he, had a lot to do with. And we all get mad that he doesn't speak out against it like we think he should. But now after reading this, I am kind of like, even though I hate that he's not saying anything about it, I've got to respect that he's just keeping to what he believes and he's not telling us what we want to hear. And the more I think about it, Trump lately has been saying a lot of stupid shit that makes me mad, but at least he's keeping it real with himself. He's not just peddling a bunch of shit that he thinks we want to hear. So that gives me hope for him in that sense, right? And I love the Trump that I see today out in Ohio, doing what we love to see him do, which is just reach out to the community and be there for the people. I mean, granted, it's a great photo op for him for sure because Biden's not there. But I mean, nevertheless, like that's the Trump we all fell in love with, So, it makes me think it's like, okay, now, if I hear somebody say too much shit that I like to hear that sounds way too freaking good, DeSantis, I'm going to look at you a little sideways.
Yes.
I'm going to look at you a little sideways. So
I would too.
Yeah.
I would too. So here's the portion you were talking about where it says Heinrich was fact checking a tweet by Trump that mentioned Dominion and specifically mentioned Hannity and Dobbs' broadcast that evening discussing Dominion. Heinrich correctly fact-checked the tweet, pointing out that top election infrastructure officials said that there was no evidence that any voting system deleted or lost votes, changed votes, or was in any way compromised. Carlson told Hannity, please get her fired. Seriously, like, what the bleep? I'm actually shocked. It needs to be stopped immediately, like tonight. It's measurably hurting the company. The stock price is down. Not a joke. He also went crazy on Meade over it, which I'm sure is another executive over there
replying. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, look at that. Look at that. What are they talking about there? Stock prices. Do you know that Fox has been at the number one rating spot for 20 years, basically since 9/11?
Since 9/11.
They've held the number one rating spot, like by a long shot, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And when this stuff was going on, they were racking in the change left and right.
They brought in billions.
Yep.
They brought in billions. It's crazy. What did it say? Let's read some of the comments.
Okay.
Ultimately, Tucker is an entertainer. Don't forget he worked for CNN or MSNBC, MSNDNC. I like to say that. MSDNC, one of them before Fox. MSM is MSM, brought to you by Pfizer. I kind of like that comment. I like that.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know what you guys think while we're reading these comments, what you guys think of the live so far. If this has been helpful for you, if you appreciate that we're doing this, helps us. Yeah.
And also, before we get that, please go cop some awesome Truth in the Marketplace merch. We're on StreamYard tonight, so we don't have the QR code for you, but the website is listed right there. TITMmerch.myshopify.com. You sign up for our email subscription list, you get 10% off your next purchase. Go get some awesome merch, man. We're going to be adding some new stuff as well. I'm working on some stuff behind the scenes.
Sharon says World War III about to pop off. Yeah, I mean, it could be possible. My only thing is I'm scared about the people that we have here to fight if that really did happen.
Can you imagine that?
I don't really know, Sharon. I don't really know if people are really ready for that. I guess we'll find out.
Ooh.
I'm very, very glad to be here.
We're glad you're here, Lisa. Someone said I knew it was all a lie, but thanks for giving us the actual proof, unlike fake news. Hey,
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I really do. It sucked to do this live, y'all. You don't even understand.
Yeah, we talked about it. We talked about it a lot. We were like, do we want to do this? Should we just let people stay ignorant? Like, let them figure it out. And we were like, we got to jump on this quick because surely somebody's going to jump on this. And nobody was jumping on it. And I was like, wow, nobody's jumping on this. Like, that's crazy to me. And I get it, right? Like, I get some, we're not this gigantic platform like some people are. So we have a lot more, I guess, leeway to lose, right? And people have to feed their families and it's their bread and butter. I get it. I totally get that. And I sympathize with that. But going back to the comment that was made, World War III about to pop off. I mean, if you're not willing to risk the way we're risking right now, are those people that tell you we need to fight, we need to, we need to go, patriot this, are those people really about what they're saying to you? Or are they just talking to you about what keeps everything safe for them on their platform? We're willing to lose all this.
Yeah, it's about the truth for me. I don't really care about. I mean, it sucks. The backlash, it sucks. It sucks that people run on the assumption that as soon as you criticize like your own side, that you have some sort of nefarious intentions going on and you want to destroy things. It's not what it is.
Right.
It's the truth. I feel more angry that I believed in something that was BS.
Yeah.
And it's like politicians bought into it as well.
We helped to push it.
It was hopium.
Hopium.
It's funny. Yeah. I used to call people out, you're selling hopium, and look at me, I was doing it myself.
Yeah.
Until I just decided, you know what, I'm not talking about this anymore. They haven't produced any proof. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was this? There's another one. You sent this to me. I don't know what this one is. You have to tell me. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up.
Let's see.
And Sunni's husband will be out there fighting these Chinese.
Oh yeah.
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 We're the sky. Wait, where's it at? This one. What is this one talking about? It mentions an email. I don't remember seeing this one.
Can you make it a little bit bigger? I didn't bring my glasses. I know somebody's gonna say something about me squinting.
Oh no. Can you see it?
What was the evidence for these far-fetched claims that Powell sent to Bartiromo the day before the broadcast? An email entitled "Election Fraud Info" Powell had received from a source, which the author herself describes as pretty wackadoodle. This email, also received by Dobbs' alleged Dominion, was the one common thread in the voting. I don't know.
Wackadoodle.
Wackadoodle.
Oh, here it is. It continues. See, it's out of order. My bad.
Yeah.
Irregularity in a number of states. Bartiromo.
Mm-hmm.
So they're talking about an email to Bartiromo asking if there was any proof ever. In addition to promoting lies about Dominion, the sender claimed that Justice Scalia was purposefully unalived at the annual Bohemian Grove camp during a week-long hunting expedition, and that former Fox News CEO Roger Ailes, who died in 2017, and Rupert Murdoch secretly huddled most days to determine how to best portray Mr. Trump as badly as possible. This is a person who Sidney Powell is getting her information from.
Keep reading. The author continued, "Who am I? How do I know all this? This is the crazy person that Sidney was getting her information from. I've had the strangest dream since I was a little girl. I was internally decapitated, and yet I lived. The wind tells me I'm a ghost, but I don't believe it. I mean, yeah. And Bartaroma says the full force of the email lunacy comes across by reading it in its entirety. And then it references page 154. So yeah, I mean, I put that in there because I wanted you guys to see. I think that page is actually from the countersuit, the one that I sent you
Okay.
yesterday,
Yeah.
that talks about, Fox stating that they have people from Dominion that claim there was lots of bugs in the system.
Mm-hmm. Which we're not. No one's contesting.
Yeah, nobody's
Because
contesting that.
it's not the point. The point is Sidney Powell said that there was an operation. Matter of fact, let me go to that page because we talked about it last night. I wrote all these things down, guys. Wrote them all down. Sidney Powell
We was taking notes.
says she knows of a secret CIA program. And there had 3 names, okay? The first one was Scorecard.
Mhm.
Second one was Hammerhead. The last one was a Kraken. The
Yep.
Kraken was some big supercomputer that had the ability to just alter everything, right?
What
Fox
happened to the
News. You trust
he-
Fox News, right?
Right.
What is Fox News saying now?
Trusted news source, isn't it?
Oh,
Let me see. What's Fox News tagline?
what is
Anybody?
Fox News?
Anybody? I stopped
anybody
watching
know?
Fox a long time ago. Anybody in the chat? What is Fox News's tagline?
Somebody in the chat tell me. But Fox News knew that these claims were outlandish.
Fair and balanced.
Oh,
Damn it.
does this sound fair and balanced to you guys? I think this sounds like a Q-tard's wet dream. That's
Right.
what I think it sounds like.
Balance would indicate there's both sides and they're a balanced amount of information. This is not.
All right. Does anybody know where Operation Scorecard and Hammerhead originated?
No,
wanna
I
know.
don't.
You know, I went down the rabbit hole. Operation Scorecard and Hammerhead had its start on a 4chan blog.
That is so funny.
Seems to be a common occurrence with this 4chan stuff.
All right.
So I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, man, did they really like? Listen, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. I said 4chan is also tied to Q. Is Sidney Powell a Q-tard that duped the Trump legal team into fighting EF fraud? Okay. Did she trick them into doing this because she came with all these grandiose claims that she never backed up?
Mhm.
Did they really succeed in duping a nation and a sitting president? For me, this originated off of 4chan, bro.
Oh.
How does Sidney Powell know anybody, any top executive, any top executives in the CIA? Why would they tell Sidney Powell all these things?
Right?
Yes, release the Kraken. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make fun of Q for a very long time. That's never going nowhere. The
Yep.
more I read this, the more I read left-leaning articles. I read right-leaning articles. I read every article known to man. When it came to this, I read independent articles. It started on a 4chan blog, bro.
Yeah.
A 4chan forum.
Yeah.
Why is Sidney Powell? Matter of fact, let's ask this question. Has Sidney Powell, once again, ever produced any proof?
No, 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 no.
Chat, let's take a poll. Has Sidney Powell produced any proof? Chat, let's go. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
In fact, go to her Twitter. Go to her Twitter for yourself and just see what the hell she's doing over there.
Let's go to her Twitter.
Yeah, let's go to her Twitter. Let's just see what she's talking about over there. Let's see if since yesterday, as she's responded to this. And
Where's
Sonia,
Jenna Ellis? Ain't that her name? Jenna Ellis?
yeah, that girl, she done
Mhm.
went all the way left. Sonia, you're gonna have to watch the beginning of the live. It's a lot of stuff that we've gone over. It's not about J6. It is about the E word that you mentioned in your message, and this is not necessarily about it being safe and secure. This is about misrepresentation by Fox News, and a lawsuit that Dominion Voting Systems has served them with, in regards to them defaming them and Dominion lawsuit having a very solid case against Fox News. So rewatch the live. What you got over there on old scarf neck on her Twitter?
I can't find her Twitter.
What? I
Yeah.
found it last night. Are you spelling her name right?
I did. It's SIDNEY, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I typed it in right. They might be shadow banning her. You never know. Sometimes it's hard to find people.
America's attorney and former federal prosecutor.
Is it Sydney Powell?
Sydney _ Powell.
Okay.
Maybe that's not it. Maybe.
I thought she got reinstated.
Yeah, I saw her yesterday. Did they already take her down? What the hell?
America's attorney, former federal prosecutor for North Carolina. This is her for sure.
Hold on. It's not a checkmark page, but I don't know if that means anything. She didn't pay her $7.99 or whatever the hell.
$7.99. I don't think this is her. I think this is her.
Yeah.
Page.
Yeah. That's so weird. Because I swear to you, yesterday when I was going through tweets, I swear I saw her page yesterday.
Well, here conservatives are starting to speak out, right? And they say Tucker Carlson shut down Sidney Powell's stuff November 2020. He did. But he did that after days of her coming on to each one of their shows individually saying what actually happened. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? Here's what we're going to do.
What you going to do?
We're going to have a little fun. It's 30 seconds. You think I can play it?
Yeah.
I can pause it, right?
30 seconds is yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's pull this up. She's on Hannity right here. All right. And I want you to tell me if Hannity ever expresses to the viewers. Now, we don't know if any of this is true, but we're waiting for Trump to come to us and let us know what's what. Just let me know, because I didn't see it. And I don't know, maybe I'm just a little hard of hearing.
God, why does she look so weird?
She does look weird because she is weird.
Evidence of corruption all across the country in countless districts. The machine ran an algorithm that shaved votes from Trump and awarded them to Biden. They used the machines to trash large batches of votes that should have been awarded to President Trump. And they used the machine to inject and add massive quantities of votes for Mr. Biden. The only reason we really found out how bad it was.
I thought Democrats told us that we like whistleblowers. You're saying that these people can't talk because they're going to lose their job.
We've got evidence of corruption all across the country in countless districts. The machine ran an...
Suni ain't good at this. She's used to live in the band lifestyle, so she just recklessly plays videos.
Yeah. My bad.
She's used to living on the edge.
I am. Now, where did you see Hannity expressed out?
All right.
All he said was, wait a minute. Well, Democrats don't like whistleblowers. Don't we deem whistleblowers as being truthful? Like, do we ever doubt whistleblowers that come out? So if Fox News deemed Sidney Powell a whistleblower, right?
Right.
Per Sean Hannity's own words, and he was also disposed by Dominion and openly admitted he never believed anything. But you still had this lady on your show. You guys broadcasted every time there was a legal press conference. We watched Rudy Giuliani's old ass sweat hair dye. Bro.
That's right. I forgot. That was the funniest thing when he was like, the brown hair dye was coming out to say, I was like, that's some shit that would happen to me with my self tanner. I'd be like, that's what I think it was. I think it was a little tanner. He had a little.
Do you understand why we're doing this show? We all bought into a big Q. I don't care. This is a big Q conspiracy theory that duped some of the what's supposed to be some of the most intelligent intellectuals, even higher up, man. Well, for the people who didn't buy into it, because there were a lot of people who didn't. I didn't buy into Q. Q was hopium. I could never get into Q because they could never explain to me how all these arrests were going to happen. But Sidney Powell moves, and talks like a Q-tard, bro.
Yeah.
Like a Q-tard. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She's a Q-tard.
And she rubs elbows with Linwood. I mean, come on.
And Linwood is
Batshit
crazy. Yeah. We
I
said it at the same time.
used to like him. It sucks. I used to like him, and then I started like, I was like, dude, this guy's really like when your own family ain't talking to you anymore. Something ain't right. Anyways, thank you to Christine. It was on True Social. So I found that quite funny that Sidney Powell has an account on True Social. But hey, it's like it's a free world and Trump doesn't discriminate. But yeah, she doesn't have anything about this on her True Social. She's posting about space balloons and what's going on in Ohio and other stuff that Rudy Giuliani is working on.
Hey, let's bring this up again. Is there any way you can bring that True Social tweet up so we can show it?
The True Social tweet? No, because I can't log. I don't know what my login is, so I can't get on here through my
Christine,
computer.
Can you send us the picture of that True Social post, please? Because I'm going to ask the same question that I asked about 10 times now. Has Sidney Powell ever produced any proof of any of this stuff happening? She's posting about space balloons. Something that was the most that was a heavy, large blow to America. You don't understand how many people don't trust their election system anymore.
Yep.
How many people
Nobody.
are done with Democrats and Republicans? There are millions of people. I'm sorry, but I think we outnumber the political gangbangers. Yeah. There's millions of people who bought into this. And this bitch is posting about fucking space balloons when you're supposed to be fighting to fix an election screw up. So did you just give up on it? Because you're posting about balloons that obviously don't really matter in the grand scheme of things of what's going on. China's been spying on America since forever. Okay. Bush gave Chinese and any other foreign country open access to us when they signed our rights away in the Patriot Act. Go educate yourself. So all this, bro, they already own us. So who cares about a damn balloon in the sky?
Yep.
Already own us. They own they own almost all of our ports where we export and import in California. I did shows on all these things. So don't do that. Please don't do that. I want to know when she ever showed proof and why people are not holding Fox accountable for pushing BS. Tell people the truth.
Christine sent it to us in WhatsApp.
China,
will you be able to click on it? Will it allow you to click on it?
Let me see.
Because it takes you to Truth Social.
Yes, I can see her page.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. I'll pull it up. China owns Biden. Man. China's been in America.
For me, I think it's more like Ukraine. I don't think it's China.
I don't either. I was listening to this geopolitical expert, and we could talk about this another time, but he gave a really accurate take on China's standing as far as the superpowers on the globe. We could talk about that another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's Sidney Powell. Of course, she's talking about Ohio. Well, she's not even talking about Ohio. She's just reposting someone else's Substack, Project Veritage. Okay, defending the Republic. What's this? Let's go here. Let's see what Sidney Powell's been up to.
And by the way, guys, we still are going to have a show tomorrow. So look out on our page because right after the show, we're going to post on our special guests that we're going to have tomorrow for our Friday show. So we be back tomorrow. You guys get us not tomorrow, Friday. You guys get us 2 days this week.
2 days. Okay. Defending the Republic. So this is another right-leaning source. Yeah. Can you guys see that?
Look at that. All you need to see right here is the donate button at the top.
Donate.
Right at the top, above defending the Republic. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? They mentioned defending the Republic in the lawsuit, actually. Now that I remember, hold on, let me look at
Founders Club. Oh, so is this Sydney? This is her. Is this her little thing? Defending the
Yes.
Republic is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Huh. Defending the Republic. That's something I'm going to have to look into after the show. I'm going to dig into this website and see what this is about. I'm interested. I am interested. Shall we pull up some more?
Sure. Let's pull up some more.
The whole point of this is Fox knew and Fox lied. And now Fox is trying to cover its ass by using the First Amendment. But you can't use the First Amendment. Not in this case. You're allowed to say what you want, but you cannot. And you know what? They're probably going to get off because Obama signed for media to act as state propaganda, and they're allowed to lie. That's actually
that's the
Defense
Section
Act of
230.
2000. Yeah, that's in the Defense Act. If you want to go look at the budget, it's right there.
Right.
And they also use Sullivan versus New York Times, I'm sorry, to fight being held accountable for anything that they say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what Section 230 is about, which they had committee meeting after committee meeting about, acting like they were going to fight it. The Republicans were acting like they were going to fight it. They were raising money.
Her retirement fund. Well, I mean, we're posting about, she's posting about a lot of things that's going to help the election system in America. I'm very much so confident that Sidney Powell is on the job. How about anybody else? Conservative trios. Like if you, just like you said, if you have nothing but conservative crap on your page, I'm looking at you sideways.
Yep, you're a fraud.
There's no way you agree with conservatives on everything. Whoop, my pillow. What is this?
Look
Mike
at that.
Lindell.
Look at that. She's getting a kickback.
Toxicology reports. Okay, you talking about Ohio. More postings, but you're not going to do anything about it.
Right. But do you see anything about the Kraken on there? Do you see anything about these lawsuits supposedly that are the proof or the evidence? This should be the only thing she's talking about.
Exactly.
How you got time to be a lawyer?
My pillow, Valentine's Day. I don't even do this much promotion.
Right.
Okay. This is what Mrs. Kraken has got cracking in 2023. It ain't got ish to do with no E-word stuff. Nothing. What took this from Trump is ballots. And if Republicans don't get their ass in gear, you can expect for the same ballots to take the presidential election. So you either fight dirty, cheat legally like they do, or get off the pot.
Yep.
Something. And if we're not going to hold media accountable, then I'll hold them accountable for you.
I'll tell you what,
News is full of shit.
After I read this document, I told Dave, I was like, start figuring out your pronouns, Peters. We're fucked. Yeah, seriously, because what Suni's saying is true. They're gonna do it again.
Yep. And Republicans are going to do nothing. We're going to have more 2,000 mules telling us what we already knew, which was Republicans did indeed. The committee, the Republican committee knew. They had a private investigator go watch these boxes. They knew. Why didn't they go on Fox News to say, Sidney Powell's crazy? This is actually what went on. We didn't get that either.
Right.
We just got a bunch of fluff.
Yeah.
Come on.
Lisa says, we can't fix it until we get elected. We can't get elected as long as they keep cheating. Well, I mean, we do have, number one, this is where your local elections come into play. This is where your local leadership comes into play. Now, we did pretty good this election season. Funny enough, there was no election fraud except for in Georgia, which even I don't believe that there was any election fraud. But anyways, you know, it's not just about us getting elected. We, the people, have power, and we need to be pressing our elected officials, not just the president of the United States, but our local leadership. They should be up in Washington talking about this stuff. They should be, we also need to be questioning. See, you guys, stop watching Fox, stop following Fox, stop sharing Fox's posts, because as much as you say, oh, we need to fight back, all those little things matter. Start supporting people that are independent, like me and Suni, or whoever else you like to follow, for your information. That's what we need, because it's going to come a time where CNN's going to be gone because they done fucked up bad enough.
Yep.
Fox is going to be gone. And then all you guys are going to have are independent journalists like ourselves.
Yeah.
You're going to need us.
That's why I always tell people to support The Blaze. The Blaze has some of the most these are high integrity journalists, in my opinion. I've been watching Glenn Beck since I was like damn near 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Glenn Beck predicted everything in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
He left Fox. You guys go into why he left Fox, because you actually can get, I don't want to get censored or have anybody on here dinging me for some shit I shouldn't be saying on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glenn Beck left Fox News, bro. Glenn Beck predicted George Soros. He said George Soros would come to our country and create chaos in an attempt to destroy our currency. And we're looking at it in real time.
Right.
Go spend $10 at The Blaze, bro. It's literally $10 a month to go watch them.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch Fox News.
And that, Tracy, you said, what's our solution? That's part of our solution. Obviously, we don't have the whole solution, but you got to start somewhere. We had somebody, and they may very well be watching this, comment to us on our Instagram page, and they said, well, can't you just put the highlights of the document? Why do you have to do a whole show and you guys have to make a big deal out of it? And see, that's the problem, is you guys want this very short, compressed, little shareable post that you can just, push out to your viewers and you can look smart. But we're over here trying to educate you on what to be looking for, on what to be reading. We're here to educate you. Those are things that we could be doing as part of the solution. Is we need to slow down, and we need to research. Stop taking these people's word at face value. And I'm talking about everybody, even the ones we like, we have to start questioning.
Yep.
Yeah.
What up? We got Chief Bell. The Radical Republicans actually joined Truth in the Marketplace. So you guys can be expecting some more content from those guys. And they dealt directly with media companies such as CNN, Fox News, MSNBC. These guys were next to Trump for a long time. So he could definitely have some insight on what's going on with Fox News and why this is really important for a lot of conservatives to go ahead and come out and say, dude, why would you spread this?
Right.
You have all these people thinking that this is what happened and it didn't.
Yeah.
If more people don't come out, I'm just going to question everyone's integrity at this point. Not putting myself as a moral high ground.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
I want to address this comment. I don't understand why people do not want the truth, the whole truth. Well, because sometimes the lie is easier to believe, right? The Q-tards and all the, Trump and the Patriot stuff, and, we're going to rise up is such a cool thing, right? Like, we feel that this is the thing about conservatives, is they're kind of dorky in a sense, right? Because we want to be a part of this really cool thing. And the Republican Party knows how to package something to make it look all nice and shiny and like, we got you, right? We're going to come out on top. But again, going back to my thing, we don't question anything. Trump says something or does something cool. Like he's up in Ohio right now, right? Doing the coolest thing I've ever seen. I think that's awesome. He's buying McDonald's for everybody. I love it. Okay. But we're going to take that and we're going to be like, oh, he's a saint again. Thank God. No, we got to keep the pressure. We have to keep the pressure. Stop being comfortable with what makes us feel good. Start talking to people outside your circle. That's why Suni and I have people on this show sometimes where you guys say, oh God, they're a grifter, they're this. We want to hear from everybody. Tomorrow we're going to have somebody like that on. Because we're trying to show you guys these people come in all shapes and sizes and looks, and they speak a certain way. We're trying to show you. Stick with us. Subscribe to this channel. Please support by buying a t-shirt or super chatting or cash apping, because we can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing this if we don't have the followers, if we don't have the support, people sharing our content, people supporting us by buying our merch. We're trying to give you real stuff here.
Facts.
Sorry. I went a little deep.
Go deep. This requires that.
Yeah.
I had to flip to a personal channel. I don't know what that means. Oh, it's my dad. What's up? My pops is in the building.
What's up, John?
My dad's in the building. People with children, please wake up or you will lose your child or your children. This plays a part too. I mean, look. Oh, Jerome. I thought you were my dad. I'm like, there's my dad. Look. It took a lot for me to come out against Trump. It took a lot for me to even criticize Trump January 6th. I will remember that day like it was yesterday. But when I did it, I felt fucking free. I'm just telling you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sense of freeing. It's like I felt like I liberated myself from whatever prison that I was in, where I could only think one way. And if I were to relate to the opposite side, like my counterparts, then I'm going to be looked at as like, you don't ever concede to the left. I've heard many people on the right say that. We don't ever concede to the left, but you want the left to concede to you and to consider your ideas. Now, I know a lot of people on the left, and most of those people live a life just like you and I do.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like Trump because, Trump said some things that hurt my feelings. But the same core values and principles that we all believe, do you know how many Americans, left-leaning and right-leaning, have it? We all have this mentality. How do you walk around as conservative 1776 patriots, show this flag, right? And then ostracize another group? I thought we were all Americans. It doesn't work if it's just one side.
Mm-hmm.
It works if both sides come together and we realize this is corrupt. We need to fix it. I'm sorry, but there are a lot of people on the left. They might vote Democrat, but they don't support abortion. They don't like same-sex marriage. A lot of people don't even know why the hell they vote the way they vote.
Mm-hmm.
Most of you don't know why you support the Republicans you support.
Right.
I wish
Same
we
with
would
the
think
Democrat.
of it that way. I
Yeah.
wish we would think of it that way. I don't know why we don't. We talk about all this division. We talk about race and all this other shit. You're contributing to it, bro. I listened to someone in Texas. Let me say his name. His name is Kevin Witt. If anybody from Texas is here and you work with the GOP, the Republican, the committee, Kevin Witt is one of the most vile, disgusting representations of conservatives that I've ever seen.
I bet you Liddell knows him.
He does. And you know what? He decided to take a crap on Liddell. Y'all need to really pay attention to who you have in your organizations. I'm glad we're doing this show. That just came up organically. I listened to this man call himself an evangelist, tell his testimony of detransitioning, which, praise the Lord, I'm glad that happened for you, because most people don't come out of it, especially sane. Okay? He has a story, and then I sat there and listened to him say, I hate liberals, but I'm a Christian and I'm an evangelist and I got this and I got that. Didn't know not one Bible verse.
Wow.
But had no problem crapping on anybody who thought differently than him. Now, this is a guy who brags about his presence in Texas. So people who are in Texas, this is representing conservatives.
She's speaking to me.
Yes.
I'm in Texas.
Because he even brought up the drop the flag thing. He was there for that.
Wow.
It's a lot of infiltrators, bro.
A lot. A lot.
What does it say? Maybe go down the Q rabbit hole. Like, take some time. It may surprise you. I will no longer refer to myself as a Q-tard. I don't mind as long as we're on the same page. Hey, I'm not going down the Q rabbit hole. I've already done it.
Yeah.
It's a never-ending cycle. It's circular. I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Who's Karen? Well,
I don't know,
hello,
but she
Karen.
found you. Karen found you.
What's
Welcome,
up?
Karen.
Have you been looking for me
She's been here the whole time.
all the time?
The whole time. We will put a link to this document after the video in the description box below.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I can do it.
You guys can go read this yourself.
Yeah, I suggest you read it yourself. I know that 400 pages sounds quite daunting, but a lot of it is like the last like 100 pages is all the exhibits of everything they claim.
Yeah.
So, it's not as much as 400. I mean, we went through it all, but yeah.
There was just way too much. Like, I can pull all the, I can show you all the stuff, dude. There was so much stuff in here.
Yeah, pull some
It
stuff
would have
up.
been information overload.
I'm going to put the link in here while we're talking, but yeah. Pull some stuff up so they can see, because that's what
Let's pull some stuff up.
let's pull some stuff up.
Let's show you what all these anchors thought about all these people who are coming on. This is Laura Ingraham. Rudy's such an idiot. Rudy's acting like an insane person. This is Sean Hannity. Fucking lunatics. John Fawcett, the producer of Lou Dobbs Tonight. Giuliani's so full of shit. Ann McCartan, also a Lou Dobbs producer. Keeping in mind his insanity lately. Now, a lot of people will say, well, they're taking what they said out of context. Maybe this was before the show or before all this happened. This was during all of the episodes that these people were a part of.
Mm-hmm.
This is not just coming from Dominion.
And that's all outlined. That's all outlined in the document.
They're disposing employees from Fox News, and they're getting these quotes straight from them. Before we end, please let me know when Sidney Powell or Trump's legal team ever produced anything about a supercomputer flipping votes. Please. And then point me into the direction of where we can go learn ballot harvesting, since it's legal.
Right. We're going to have to learn it because we're going to have to start to do it to win the election.
I mean, we can't win based on culture because conservatives are stuck in a time period where they don't care about the black vote, but they care about the flaggots, you know? So, hey, this is where we are. We got to cheat, y'all. Go cheat.
Congratulations, everybody. We won.
Fox News won.
Go team.
They held their integrity and they didn't put out fake news. Even though Trump called Fox News fake news. Y'all remember that?
So, okay, there was a part in the brief that said something about on J6 Trump tried to call into Fox News and they wouldn't let him through. I was trying to understand like what the context was around that. Like, did they not want to let him through because he wanted to call and say he wanted to he wanted to get on the #1 rated channel and say, hey guys, he wanted to speak about J6. He wanted to speak about that night, but they didn't want that because they wanted the narrative to keep going. I'll
screenshot that and post it. I'm gonna post we're gonna make a few graphics after the show and post a lot of what isn't really important because most people, they just want to see it on social media and that's very lazy. But hey, I don't mind appealing to lazy people. As long as you read it and you see it for yourself, this is undisputable. This is indisputable. You cannot give credence to Sidney, Linwood, Mike Lindell, or any of those people peddling this supercomputer bullshit.
And do it.
Can we get to what's actually wrong? This was taken from Trump because of harvesting. if you think for a second Democrats didn't start putting this in motion the second he got in office, you are naive. If you don't think they're working overtime right now to make sure that these mail-in ballots, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it because we're probably going to delete this anyway, to make sure those ballots get to the box and they're all voting for Biden because we all know Biden's going to run again. Then what? Are we going to say, oh, it was taken again? And then we didn't do nothing about it because we were so complacent, worried about a supercomputer that doesn't even fucking exist? I'm so angry. You know how many years people have been talking about this? There's people still on the internet right now on my page that is still talking about scorecard. I'm going to go to his page and show you. I'm sending you this guy's page. It is freaking sad. It's so sad.
Yeah.
And they all got money from this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They continue to get money because those emails of help us fight voter fraud go out all the time. Let's not forget who called Arizona early. Fox News.
And they didn't turn around the ship until they were getting death threats to their producers, to the employees that work there, until they started losing. How many viewers did they lose? Oh my God, that was in a document. It was they lost over 100-something million people.
It was ridiculous, like super fast. Yeah.
Quickly. Oh no, they can't lose ratings. They didn't even want people fact checking. Like, come on. But of course, people are we're leftists.
Yeah.
We're leftists over here. This is not the truth, guys. This is just psychobabble for the left that doesn't even pay me. It's wild.
I mean, I think it's very interesting, and I'm trying to find the page because it's like right in the first few pages. Who is named in this suit? Okay, so it's obviously Fox News, but it is Maria Bartiromo, Tucker Carlson, Lou Dobbs, Sean Hannity, Jeanine Pirro, and their chosen guests, as well as republishing those falsehoods across Fox websites, social media accounts, and subscription service platforms. I think it's very interesting who isn't named in this lawsuit. And a friend of mine had brought up that, and maybe you diehard Fox watchers can confirm this, but around that same time of the election, they changed up their programming quite a bit to really start pushing this message. So like all these hosts that I just mentioned that are named in this lawsuit were really pushed to the forefront. They even got rid of some people or, got rid of some shows. So it was just nonstop, like all day long, election, Dominion, Sydney, Rudy, all day long,
Back to back.
Yeah, back to back. So it's very interesting who's not listed in this lawsuit. Thank God Bill Hemmer is not listed because I love him. He's so adorable. Bill Hemmer. You would think he's old, but I think he's the guy that's always
like old man.
he's the guy that's always like in front of the little map during election night, and he's like flipping everything and moving all the screens. Like he's so talented at that. Like I would just lose my mind. I like him.
Is he old?
No, you would think he's old.
How old is he?
Why do you always hate on my people?
I'm not. I just want to know how old he is.
Hold on.
Why do you always hate on my people?
Why do you always hate on people? 56. He's my age.
He's not that old. You are not fucking 56. Oh my God. Stop the shenanigans. I wanted to read this to you guys. I felt like this is a very important portion of this document that I was reading, this lawsuit. By the way, these people were disposed. So I don't want to hear anybody come with they could have lied. These people were disposed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it says, prior to 2020 presidential It was well known because of COVID concerns. Now, everyone can fact check this in real time. Okay? It was well known of the COVID concerns, the election would feature an unusually large number of mail-in ballots because of partisan differences and who cast mail-in ballots when states counted those votes. The early leader after the polls closed would not necessarily reflect the eventual winner. Again, Chris Steyerwalt. Do you know who that is?
Steyerwalt, no.
Steyerwalt. Election day votes are going to skew heavily Republican, and early absentee votes are going to skew heavily Democratic. If you stretch out the period of time over which that's going to be counted, it's going to create a false it could tend to create a false impression about the direction of election that it was going overall, right? And I was reading that and I'm like, okay, I guess, yeah. But then I see Fox executive David Clark confirms it was widely understood at Fox that mail-in balloting would lead to a shift in the final vote tally. So if they knew what we all knew now,
right,
and you had knowledge that ballot harvesting would steal the election, why did you allow Sidney Powell, Lin Wood, Rudy Giuliani, and all of Trump's legal team on Fox News to peddle bullshit?
Because ballot harvesting is boring. Okay, it's much more fun to believe in a machine that is controlled by a server. They at the flip of a switch, they just changed everybody's votes. And yes, Biden told us. That's why. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Sitting, yes, Biden told us. Hold on. I have one more. I have one more funny to share with you guys. I was reading this and tripping out. I'm like, this is effing fake, man. This is not real. This is another reason I'm not really doubting Dominion's claims, right? Because all they're doing is using their words against them. It's to me, it's the most brilliant strategy ever. I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna use your own words against you. Look, Fox's election day coverage and backlash. Fox was the first outlet to call Arizona for Biden, a call that infuriated viewers, conservative activists, and the White House. Within minutes, Arizona called Fox News SVP and managing editor of the Washington Bureau, Bill Salmon. He received an angry text from one of Trump's team claiming it was way too early. Do you guys remember saying that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There was an exhibit there. That's what that means. Minutes later, he received a similarly angry phone call from the White House chief of staff, Mark Meadows.
Mm-hmm.
Did we not talk about that? All these things happened, right?
Yep.
Okay. It wasn't just the White House. There were other viewers. Within an hour of Fox calling Arizona in the early morning on November 4th, Suzanne Scott forwarded Jay Wallace an email from Fox Corporation executive Raj
Shah,
noting a lot of conservative criticism of the AZ call. This goes back into our claims of ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Senior executives discussed the heavy backlash from the Arizona call at their daily editorial meeting that morning. There's an exhibit of that as well, meaning they provided proof that this meeting happened.
Yep.
We are taking major heat over the AZ call. Our viewers are chanting, Fox News sucks.
Yep,
Fox.
there you go.
How is anybody with a brain defending this news media company?
Right.
How?
Y'all forgot about that.
You all lost it when Fox called it.
Yes,
for
that's right. And you guys swore off never again with Fox News. I'm canceling Fox. I'm not watching Fox. And then people were like, but who are we going to watch? Where are we going to get our news?
They knew they were going to lose ratings for calling the election for Biden because they knew mail-in ballots were going to take the election.
Mm-hmm.
They had meetings about this behind closed doors and then got on TV and told you all something completely different. So come for me. Attack me. Try to cancel me. Do it. Matter of fact, go ahead and fact check everything I just said here and read both the documents.
Yeah.
And then go compare in real time. See, I could tell on myself.
Right.
I was one of the first people to come up and defend Tucker Carlson.
You said
If you
Tuckerson.
can see the date. I call him Tuckerson all the time. That was like, I used to call him that. He's allowed to have some skepticism, right? No. You know how many people attacked me in that post?
Oh, yeah.
Do I need to pull those up?
Yeah.
All the people calling me liberal, you were paid by George Soros. Oh, you're a rhino. But now, Fox News wouldn't lie. They'd reported what Sidney Powell said. And there is a supercomputer. How you know? Because Q said it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Are we Mason? Are we, what does it say? Are we Masoon Tart?
Mosoon Tart.
What is that? Mosoon Tart?
No, because we're telling you to go fact check what we're saying.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you to sit here and believe me. I'm reading it straight from the document.
Yeah, we ain't pushing lies to you guys. This is why we wanted to come on here and show you.
Guys, they're saying they hate Fox. We haven't heard this before. They was in that motherfucker panicking.
Yeah. And by the way, this is a good ass read, by the way. So read the document because it's like I told Sue, this is like a Spanish novela. Okay. It was getting juicier and juicier in a bad way, but it was getting juicy. Y'all need to read it. You're gonna be like, no, and you're just gonna want to keep reading it. It took me 2 days. Suni read that shit in like a couple hours. I had to read it in 2 days because
I sat here. Literally, I'm like, I'm gonna sit here, and we talked the whole time, and I sat here and read through it. And a good here's a little cheat code for you guys. I pay for a service that reads what's on the screen, but it's in a real voice. So it's easy to take in and you don't feel like you're listening to a computer generated voice. See, when I just can't anymore, I cut that on and I take notes.
And I'm over here like, look at him. Yeah, Suni sent me screenshots of her notes. I was like, bro, you are like really all in on this. This is before I even started it because Suni found this and called me in the morning, and I was like, what did I tell you about this hard shit in the morning? I haven't even had my coffee.
I haven't even had my coffee, and I'm like, I don't care.
400-page, yeah.
No, I'm like, get your coffee. I'll read it with you.
Yeah, and she's like, here's a picture of my notes, and I'm like, I couldn't even read the notes. First of all, like it literally looked like a serial killer ransom note. Like I was like, what is going on? And then she calls me like 2 hours later. She's like, did you read it yet? I was like, now I'm finding out she's got a program reading to her. I'm over here old schooling it up. Okay. Reading it with my own two eyeballs.
No, I was excited, dude. Look, I took this serious, guys. I wrote down, I even drew lines. I wrote down, I tried to connect the dots. I went back. I did this with Mo. I did this with everybody. I went back into my postings. What was I saying? Like, did I buy into this? And I sure enough did. So I know everybody else bought into it.
Yeah. Last night she went down the rabbit hole of all her posts. I told Suni, I said, you're going to be like, you know, in those crime movies, like where people get freaking obsessed and they start making like spider webs. So like they have like a document or a picture and there's like a pin and then like a yarn that goes to that. I'm like, next time we see Suni, this will be Friday night. Suni's going to have a whole like set up in the background. She's literally like, I wouldn't put it past her.
No, I was scrolling like I do every morning. I look at the news. I go to different Substacks. You guys should subscribe to Substacks. They're awesome. And I saw Dominion something with Fox News. And I'm like, what is this? And I clicked on it. And there was a lawsuit. And I was like, okay, I want to read this lawsuit. And I read it. And I said, oh, for real? And then I read it some more. And I was talking to my husband. And I was like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
No way. And then, yeah, it started from there. I didn't stop reading. I'm probably not going to stop reading. I'm not going to stop following this.
Oh no!
I want to know
the trials in April.
Outcome.
The trial starts in April. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Fox News, you're full of shit, and you sold America shit.
Hey, I have an idea. Why don't all of you guys in the comments section of this video, when you get done, not on the live chat because it won't show up, in the comment section of this video at Fox News and say, when are you going to talk about this on your show? And so they see our video about it.
Exactly.
Many of you guys don't know that's actually how I got on Fox once upon a time. I got on Laura Ingram's show because Fox News was tagged in the video. So it works. So go into the comment section of this video and at Fox News.
At them. Make them
Yeah.
answer the questions.
That's
'cause
right.
We all got questions.
We've got questions and we want
You know
answers.
what? Liddell, since he is the money guy and he has a podcast called The Counter Move, I
Mhm.
think he should look at the financials of all these people.
Oh.
Where did all that money go that you collected for 3 years straight?
Right.
Stop the steal. Where's that money?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to know.
What is the My Pillow one?
My Pillow. What? Mike Lindell?
Mike Lindell has one too, because I used to get Frank Speech. Frank Speech. That's what it was.
Frank Speech. Okay.
Frank Speech is Mike Lindell's platform.
We like to investigate the left and their corrupt
Mhm.
organizations like
Right.
BLM, but we don't want to investigate our own. So maybe we should start that. Maybe Candace should start that too.
Yeah.
Instead of it just being all the left sources, like BLMs, why don't we look into what Mike Lindell's doing?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we look into
Our friends.
Sidney Powell? Why not?
Yeah.
Where's all that money going?
Yeah, we should. We should just make a list of the Frank Speeches and the Stop the Steal, and what was the one that Sydney had? Something of defending the Republic.
Defending the Republic.
Even Trump's, right? I mean, we all know it went to pay a lot of his legal bills, the money that he raised. We need to look into all of it.
Why not? I've never understood what the big deal is of looking. Don't get me started on Lindell or Candace. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord.
That's for another life.
Mike is getting rich in free advertising. Absolutely.
Yep.
This is what happens though. This is what Joseph Goebbels did. Now I can't show his face because they will ding me for supporting a dangerous person, right? Joseph Goebbels was the minister of propaganda for the Nazis. And they had this tactic that they used called the big lie. This is what CNN did to get a lot of people to doubt what Trump was saying. If you tell a lie big enough for long enough, eventually the people buy it. They told you a lie for how many years straight? You bought it.
Yep.
You didn't ask for proof. You didn't ask for, okay, can I see what's happening? You didn't ask for anything. You just said, Sidney Powell said it. Fox News had it on. Trump said it. All these other influencers are saying it. Everybody's doing their independent research, but nobody's really coming to a full-blown answer. You didn't even ask for anything because you bought into the big lie. And you know what? CNN used it against the American people.
Yep.
Pick up a book. You will learn a lot, man.
Yep. Listen, Jerome says he is the grift whisperer. We probably have to have him on our show to talk about some of the grifting he has seen.
There's a lot of grifters on the right. There's a
A
whole lot of
lot.
grifters on the right.
Probably more than there's not. I'm willing to bet. Honestly, I probably think there's very few that are really, really like legitly doing stuff with their money.
Yeah.
Being accountable.
Honestly, what did you say? It's so small. I honestly liked Mike before. The longer he rakes in cash with this, the less I respect him. Hey.
Man, I interviewed him at CPAC and he almost murdered me. Okay. Because he thought I was with Fox News. It was funny. He was like, "Are you with Fox News?" Because at that point, he didn't like Fox News. And I was like, no. And I asked the question. I said, because he started to talk about, it's actually on my YouTube channel if you want to see. I think it's on my YouTube channel unless YouTube took it down. I asked the question. I said, "Hey, Mike, we all saw the cyber symposium. So what's next?" And he's like, "What do you mean what's next? I got lawsuits here." And he's like yelling at me. It was crazy. And actually, Russo was standing next to me. He was like holding the camera and he was like, "Holy shit, this guy's about to fucking attack you." Yeah, the interview's on my channel. So go check it out if you guys want to see that.
I'm about to go watch that. Shoot.
We should pull it up right here. Wait.
So how about 95% of them? Damn. That's a lot.
Dang.
That's a lot. See, I'm optimistic, right? I'm a pessimist when I need to be, but I definitely have optimism. I think that there are more good than bad people. And I don't think all grifters are bad, right? There are some people who are just like, bro, this is a business. I made it into a business. I'm gonna ride the wave.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Respect the hustle. He was an addict and better himself. I gave him a lot of credit for that. Oh, Mike Lindell. I mean,
Dude,
that's good. He's not an addict anymore.
yeah, he was an addict. I mean, that was his kind of his claim to fame.
Is it gone?
Yeah, I think they took it down. Do I have it on my? I'll look on my Instagram to see if it's there.
What did you guys think of the show? Did we show you enough proof? Did we go through and show you enough screenshots? Were people not even convinced, but do you understand why this is important to talk about and why
Yeah.
people being tight-lipped about it is just extremely weird?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Did we do our post about this justice is what I want to know, because I want to make sure that we
Yeah.
weren't like misleading to you guys, even though
Of
I don't think we
course.
were. I don't think we were, but you know, we're open to feedback. So
we got 2 yeses. Great show.
awesome.
Got
And this
2.
video, we're gonna keep it up as long as it's every video we do, every live we do, Suni and I get demonetized, which is why we rely so heavily on things like super chats and you guys buying our merch, because we don't make any revenue, and I'm fully monetized on YouTube. We don't make any revenue off these videos. So we solely rely on that. But we'll keep it up. We'll keep it up unless YouTube asks us to take it down or they forcibly take it down. But I think we were pretty behaved. I think we sounded like a bunch of leftists. Oh, I found the video.
You did?
Yeah, hold on. I think we fooled them into thinking that we were leftists. Hold on, stay tight. I'm going to play this video of Mike Lindell and I at CPAC. Hold on. I hate that it like goes mute.
It's in your headphones. I don't know why we can't hear it. Can you hear me? She can't hear me. It's so loud she can't hear me. She can't hear me. I'm talking to you, baby. We can't hear it.
Oh, wait. You couldn't hear it?
No, I was telling you that.
Oh, fuck. I didn't share the. Oh, hold on. I got to do it again. Hold on, guys. Hold on. One more
Oh my
time.
God. I'm over here like,
One more time.
we can't hear it.
Hold on.
Hello, my love.
I'm not one of those annoying.
I love the annoying ones because that's how I get my work.
First of all, you are so hard to get a hold of. You work so hard.
Well, I travel a lot. I'm going around the country talking to politicians, trying to get things pushed through and trying to get the word out for the biggest event this country will ever have, a most important event, which is this Moment of Truth Summit on August 20th and 21st, live stream from my platform, Frank's Speech. That's going to change everything.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you one important question, then I'm going to ask you a fun question. Okay. Everybody is very like, what happened to the symposium? What's coming of that? Where are the lawsuits? Where's the accountability? What do you have to say to that? Because everybody's just waiting.
No, it's not waiting. I have over 11 lawsuits out there. One of them, you guys, it just never gets reported. I'm telling you. Let's just go to 3 weeks ago in the state of Arizona. I filed a preliminary injunction to get rid of the machines. Kerry Lake and Mark Fincham. An Obama-appointed judge looked at it, and he's going to rule on it. They're looking at it. We have lawsuits going up, including one that's already at the Supreme Court. You just don't hear about it because Fox News and the rest of the horrible journalists in this country don't report it.
Can I ask you a fun question now?
That was real fun. Go ahead.
What does Mike Lindell do when you're not doing this? Do you
This is
put
all
on?
I'm doing, trying to save our country every single day from morning till night to get rid of these electronic voting machines. That's all I do, and from morning till night, because I don't have a country or anything fun to do if we don't get rid of these voting machines. You never ever. Okay.
I'm not one of those. So
Fox News.
That wasn't the full. That was like the snippet because my YouTube had the full one where he like really laid into me and called me are you a Fox News reporter? But you heard what he said about the Fox News reporters.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't
Hey,
trust them. And Mike
because they
Lindell
started
doesn't
to
sleep.
doubt. They
Right.
started to doubt. Not even they started. Fox already had doubts. You don't put out any information when you have doubts, man.
Right. And
We don't even do that.
He's been working day and night. I was actually giving him an opportunity to plug his fucking slippers, and he didn't take it because he didn't let me finish the sentence. But he's like, I'm working day and night to get these machines, you know, blah, blah, blah. Where we at? Where we at? Where's the lawsuits?
He said they're public. Are they public? Because
I
they
don't
don't
know.
make these things public.
I don't know because I tried to look for them after CPAC and I couldn't find them.
Maybe that'll be something else we put on our,
Mhm.
you know, on the side mission to see where these lawsuits are, how
Yeah.
they're being ruled on.
Yeah.
They love to do the, oh, it's an Obama appointed judge. Come on, bro.
There's actually been some Obama appointed judges that have voted in our favor.
I don't get it. But I hope everybody enjoyed this show. I hope this was informative. Like we said, we're going to drop both of the links. Actually, there's 3 links for you to go look at these lawsuits yourself. You can look at the counterclaim that came from Fox. You can look at their proof, their evidence. That's what I did. I took it from both sides and then I cross-examined and looked for proof everywhere.
Yep.
And the proof was in my very own content. The proof is in all of our content. The proof is in the 4-minute clip that I showed you earlier, where you see Tuckerson literally questioning Sidney Powell on where the proof is.
Mm-hmm.
Fox knew, which makes you culpable.
All of us. Hey guys, tomorrow we're going to have somebody else that people think is a big grifter. MAGA Jackson will be joining us tomorrow for an interview. He is Sunni. He is supposedly the secret love child of Jermaine Jackson and Whitney Houston. And he is very big in the MAGA movement. He goes to Mar-a-Lago. He rubs elbows with the Trumps. And yeah, there's a lot going on there. Like he is involved in quite a lot. Like I can't even go into it. But be on the lookout on our Instagram page for a fire graphic because, you know, we love to post those. Sorry, Friday. I keep saying tomorrow because we just be going. We just be going so hard sometimes, you know? We just be going so hard.
And we got people in the group chat. Friday, not tomorrow.
I know. I'm sorry. Friday show. So we're going to start posting about it tonight. And please join us. This one's going to be good. This is the one that I said might very well ruin me and Sunni's friendship. That might be the last show.
Before we go, we definitely have to drop our shameless plug for our dope Truth in the Marketplace merch. Please go purchase some merch. You can get a t-shirt. This is a t-shirt that I want to see on everyone's body. I have to see this.
Yes, I love that.
The
You know,
best
Craig
t-shirt
sent me
there.
a message. Craig, your friend Craig sent me a message and he said
What's up, Craig?
he said that shirt is really dope. He's all, y'all did a really good job with your logo in that shirt.
Thank you, Craig. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Make sure you get your blue face hoodies. Get your t-shirts, the bag, and we have so many other collections right here. You can click on each one of these collections individually to see merch from Liddell's line, where I got that bag university, and our overall merch line where we just offer Truth in the Marketplace and hats. We're going to be offering beanies probably soon, joggers. We're going to be doing a lot of different things. So look forward to that.
Yeah.
And please tune in on Friday, 9 p.m. to watch MAGA Trash get trashed.
I may or may not come dressed up as my favorite Jackson, if that changes your mind on whether you're going to be showing up for the show. Because I know how you guys love the dress up.
They gave themselves a name. Did you see that? They're calling them the Most Soon Tards.
Why? Oh, Mo Soon. I love it.
Soon
Do
Tards.
we need a shirt. Mo Soon Tards. I was like, what the hell? Like, I wasn't even putting that together.
Y'all can't be walking around with tards on the end of it. No.
Yeah, and
It
put
needs
our
to be
names
something
together
else.
with tards. Sudi, did you give him the website for the shirts? Because we're not on Restream, so we can't give you the little cool QR code.
I'm sorry.
You know what we should do? Can you
What?
hold on?
What?
I'm telling you. Oh no, it's gonna make me leave. we should screenshot the QR code from when we're in Restream.
I got you.
So we can put it in here as a graphic.
Yeah, I'll do that next time. But the website is, I think we already have it in a banner. Let me see. Here's the website. You guys want to go purchase some t-shirts, hoodies. We have trucker hats. We're going to be bringing out beanies. Hoodie season. That is going to be a staple because it's always hoodie season. Everybody wears hoodies all the time. If you don't.
Do we want crop tops? Look, you guys, listen. I've been telling Suni.
She's been trying.
This is do we want crop tops like this? Because this is my signature. You know, I crop everything. Do the ladies want some crop tops? Because I've been telling Suni, I'm like, we need joggers. We need crop tops. We need some cute fits on there. I don't know about you ladies, but I'm not always trying to wear a t-shirt. Okay. Like I'm trying to look cute, wear my merch. So, you know, I got to like finagle it. I got to like cut it, you know, chop it up. Tit merch. Oh, Christine wants V-neck. She wants to show off the cleavage.
Christine wants V-necks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm taking all these things in. It does not say tit merch. There is 2 M's there, and it says TITM.
If it helps you remember, it says tit merch. It is what it is.
Yes, it's my husband.
If tit merch makes you remember where to go to buy the merch, then tit merch it is.
Wait, I wear my clothes chopless? What the hell is that?
She doesn't chop her shirts like me. No, we can have both, but I'm just saying, like, do the ladies want a little crop top?
I wear my clothes chopless. I never heard of that.
Chopless. Yeah, she said chopless.
I thought you were saying chapless, and I was gonna say that was a little bit too much information for all of us.
Chapless. Like buttless.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyways, guys, let's run the promo for the Friday show. Please make sure you tune in. Thank you for tuning in with us and sitting with this hour. Sitting with us is 2 hours, actually. Please make sure you share this live. Hit the notification bell. Hit the thumbs up if you're watching on Facebook. And also share on Facebook and do it publicly. Or no one else but the people on your timeline will see it.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Let me see you do the Trump, 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 Trump. Let me see you do the Trump dance. Yeah. Let me see you do the Trump, 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 Trump. Let me see you do the Trump dance. Hey. Let me see you do the Trump, 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 Trump. Let me see you do the Trump dance. Hey. Let me see you do the Trump, 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 Trump. I'm breaking my soda.